Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be analyzing the revenue trend for Ecobank Nigeria PLC. So Ecobank is, as the name implies, an organization in the financial industry, and revenue trend analysis is actually a very crucial aspect of financial analysis that helps businesses and organizations understand and forecast their revenue performance over time. So it's an analysis that is time-based, and it involves examining historical revenue data to identify patterns, identify trends, identify anomalies, and using the information that this identification, whatever is identified, we then use information to make informed decisions about future strategies and investments. Maybe there has to be tweaks and there has to be improvements, or there are strategies that can be leveraged on, and maybe observe adjustments that can be made. So the key aspect of revenue trend analysis, like I mentioned before, includes identifying revenue streams. So understanding the sources of revenue, such as sales, subscription of services, is actually very crucial. And now as a bank, they can actually have different services, maybe loans and all of those stuff like that, and this can also help us analyze revenue growth, determining whether revenue is increasing or decreasing, or remaining stable over time, as you would see in this charts as we move on. So it also helps us to identify seasonality, or recognizing periodic fluctuations in revenue, such as seasonal or quarterly patterns. So if the record is taken into account over a period of years or quarterly, now this video is taking into account the revenue for each year, so end of the year revenue. So there are some revenue trends that a company can take into account its quarterly revenue and observe patterns, whether they are sporadic or whether they are constant. So it can also help in forecasting future revenue. It can also help to point to, or like I mentioned earlier, it can highlight areas for improvement, in pointing opportunities to optimize, like optimizing pricing, sales channels, or product offering to boost revenue. So it can also help to track key performance indicators, monitoring revenues. So you can monitor the growth rate and other aspects like that. So I just threw a light into what revenue trend analysis actually is. So now let's take this case study. Let's taking Ecobank as a case study. Let's look at what their revenue trend analysis looks like in the past 10 years. So we're in 2024 now, so they do not have a year ending yet. That's why we are sticking with 2023. So the analysis is taking place from 2014 to 2020. That's space of 10 years. So and these values are recorded in dollars, in thousands of dollars. So that means in 2014 here, let me take a zoom in. So in 2014 here, as we see here, they had 2.2 billion naira in revenue. 2.2 billion naira revenue for a start. And if we also take a quick look at the charts, I included a trend line. I don't know if that's visible enough. I don't know if that's visible enough, but then let me do a little formatting to make that a to see if I could make that a little bit bold. Okay, okay, I think I got that correctly. I hope that doesn't interrupt the scores. So I believe the trend line is more visible now. Okay, so we can see here that the trend line is indicating a downward trend over the period of years. So from 2014, which is the initial year, we could see a consistent decline through to 2019. A consistent decline through 2019, although there was kind of a slight difference in 2017 to 2018. It looked like it wanted to go up, but then I believe that wasn't so much of a significant difference that was made there. So we could see a consistent drop in this in their revenue records. It means that they were actually affected by several factors that could influence revenue generation, and obviously this must have also influenced their net profit at the end of the day. But then from 2019, it somewhat began to take an against what the trend line is showing. If we began to see, although they have not fully recovered from what the numbers are showing, but then from 2019, we saw that despite the fact that it has dropped from 2014 to 2019, it has dropped about there has been a 25% decrease in difference in revenue. So we could see here that it began to take a little leap back up from 2020, although it wasn't so much of a significant difference. It was just moving bit by bit. And then we see here in so in 2019 that was 1.6. We could see here that the revenue for 2019 was 1.6 billion naira, compared to what they had in 2014, which was 2.2 billion dollar. Pardon me, dollar. I meant to say dollar there. So from here they began to move up onto they began to move. In 2020 they had 1.6 billion as well, 1.6 billion, and then in 2021 it moved by about, they had about $1 million. There was a $1 million increase difference between 2020 and 2021. So, and then here they are in 2020. They are kind of, so this is a comparison now between where they even started from and where they are right now. So they haven't even caught up. They haven't even caught up with what they began with, because they began with 2.279 billion, and here they are still in exactly 2 billion, approximately $2 billion. So we hope that the trend line begins to continues this movement upwards as it's appearing here in 2023. But from what we see here, we can see that the company, although the changes are not so much, but we can also deduce that they are somewhat struggling with their revenue generation, because the difference from what this 2014 is 10 years ago. So they shouldn't, the comparison shouldn't be, it should have gone up, should have taken an upward trend if they were really doing well in their revenue generation. The 10 years should have been showing an upward trend, but here it's showing a downward trend, and since it has gone down more than up, that's why the revenue trend is actually predicting that moving forward there's still tendencies that they can still go down. So I believe that the management are actually taking note of whatever it is going on, and they are already making adjustments as the last 3-4 years has shown, and I believe that they can actually do a better job. So that's actually all about the revenue trend analysis. This is actually a very good place to observe when you want to invest in a particular company, or you actually have your own business. It's what you have to pay a close attention to and adopt strategies, and strategies that can actually boost your revenue, because it has a significant influence on what your net profit at the end of the day is going to be. So that would be all for this video. So in conclusion, the revenue trend analysis actually shows to a large extent the financial health of a particular company. How well a company is able to generate revenue will determine many other metrics that they have in the company. So this is just the mother of a lot of other metrics that you can observe in a business, and whatever it says actually points you to the direction of the financial health of that company. So thank you once again for staying to the end of the video. Please pay close attention to the channel for other insightful videos like this, and do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And then until we see again, thank you.